Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our play-by video of Eldritch Horror, the Dreamlands, where we're up against Atlach Natcher, the Dreamweaver, and we're just about to start turn 5. We're doing very well up to now, we've been very lucky indeed. Hopefully that luck wave will continue and let's try to continue riding it. But just before we get into the action phase, it's time to catch up on previously on the Dreamlands. It was fortuitous circumstance that Tommy was reunited with Gloria and Carter whilst preparing his sea journey across the Ceranarian Sea. She was jubilant and inspired from their success on the moon, and they spent a couple of days sharing knowledge and news of the dark forces arrayed against them. Tommy had planned to assault a portal in the mysterious realms known as Kadath, but Gloria imparted vital information that would help halt the tears in reality. Destiny really was guiding him, as if he had not met Gloria, then a chance to strike a blow against the Dark Weaver may well have been missed. The Weaver's efforts were being checked, but the war was far from over. Before they parted ways, Tommy handed her the stone tablet from Bernard and Becky his rifle. Tommy hoped it would bring her as much luck and protection as he had enjoyed. The sword of St Jerome more than compensated. The journey across the sea took several weeks, and they briefly stopped in the shining city of Celanthais, where Bernard disembarked to conduct some research. The city appeared to be having its own problems, being menaced by a hideous bipedal sea monster. Tommy sensed the sword's desire to smite the blight here, but the danger lurking in Kadath was growing more dangerous and unstable. Kadath, the legendary homes of the gods, where endless realms born of their dreams and nightmares took shape. With a brave crew and using the sword's will to guide him, Tommy ventured into the foggy miasma, emerging into a demonic realm of craggy mountains and fissures, where acrid smoke belched into a scarlet sky. The Dark Weaver seemed to sense his presence, and unleashed a frightful host of screaming skeletal foes, animated with a baleful green fire. They were frightful, but buoyed by the sword of St Jerome, they fell like wheat before the scythe. The task seemed insurmountable, but after what seemed like days of fighting and searching, he had destroyed the strands of the Weaver's web emanating through and around the portal. All that was left was to clear the portal itself and destroy it from its source. The more Mandy learned about the danger from Tierra de Sueños, the more concerned she became. After resting for nearly 14 hours, she used the incantation once more. Transporting her ethereal self via the mirror, she soared to a strange landscape. A vast plain of grey dust was in front of her, over which a pretty yet strangely familiar blue world was rising above the horizon. In front of her was a man in black robes, grovelling in the dust. She willed her ethereal self closer to see what he was doing. Somehow the man became aware of her presence and turned around. His snarling face was covered by a scarlet-webbed tattoo, and in his hand was a curved blade of polished obsidian. Mandy instinctively knew that she was in grave danger from the strangely glittering knife. Even though she wasn't really present, she knew that some evil magic held within the blade could still kill her. Instinctively, she raised the palms of her hands to ward off the cultist, and as she did so, a bright light poured forth from them. The cultist screamed and then staggered back and away, blood pouring from his mouth and ears to stain the bright grey sands. As he fell, a small spider scurried from his robe. Mandy crushed it with a gesture. Back in her hotel room, Mandy drew a deep breath and stumbled to the bathroom. After washing her sweating face, she towelled it dry and picked up the phone. She arranged for a cab to the market. She had some shopping to do. Then she would attempt an altogether different type of journey. Saying that it was a long journey from the moon to Dylath Lean would have been funny if Gloria and Randolph weren't dreaming the whole thing. They took it in their stride as they re-entered the city of Dilathleen. They started wandering around when they happened upon the young police officer Tommy Muldoon once again. Gloria was happy to see him and gave him a hug. He said that he was travelling these realms as well and was ready to take out anything that he came across. Gloria was impressed with the young man, so they went to a local eatery where she explained many of the things she and Randolph had run across. She gave him as many details as she could to help him. He returned the favour by handing her a stone tablet with some strange writing on it. He didn't really understand what it was trying to say, and he didn't care that much. He loved shooting these evil Dreamland monsters in the face. He then reached down and lifted the large rifle he had with him and handed it across to Gloria. She was shocked as the heavy weapon landed on her lap. She was very thankful, and seeing the small woman holding the large rifle was comical, except for the resolve that she showed in her eyes. She promised to return the weapon to Tommy when they reunited. There were many dangers out there, and this may help. They walked together to the edge of town and bid each other farewell. Gloria let Randolph carry the rifle as she put the tablet in her pack to read later. They returned to the merchant district where she found a very rare ruby, a powerful talisman to help in their plight. But as she turned to return to Randolph's side, a small man rushed past her and bumped into her harshly. She tried to grab him, but he slipped from her grip and disappeared into the crowd. She continued to where Randolph was waiting, and she discovered that the ruby was gone. She knew there was something bad going on, and now the one thing that would help her was stolen. The ruby was a very rare discovery, and it was a terrible thing to lose. Gloria did not tell Randolph about the item or its loss. She would have to bear this curse on her own. She hoped that this would not doom them both. God led Zoe down a filthy alley. She needed one more thing before her time in Rome was up. Stepping into a curiosity shop, Zoe was taken aback by the pungent odours and display of strange items. The shopkeeper was a wizened old man who took one look at her and then smiled broadly. "Ah, I've been waiting for you." Winking at her, he continued, "I have what you need. Mithridate. Yes, yes, the brewing instructions are right here." Zoe was given a small parcel and pushed out of the shop. Relieved that she could finally be gone from Rome, Zoe headed for the train station, turning the Mithridate over and over in her hands. And here we are at the action phase with Tommy Muldoon. What is he going to do? Well, first of all, he is going to focus. So he's going to gain himself a focus token. Hopefully that will come in very useful. And for his second action, he's going to do the component action on his investigator sheet. And that means he can drag the deep one to his space. Just check, I think it is less than 3 toughness, yes. So 3 toughness or less, he can drag it to his space. So the deep one is going to unknown Kadath. There we are. So no prizes for guessing what Tommy will be doing in the encounter phase. But that's it for his action phase. Let's go across to Shanghai because Mandy is next. And here we are with Mandy on Shanghai. What's she going to do? Well, the first thing she's going to do is she is going to try and acquire assets. So she'll get 3 dice. And come on, Mandy, can you do it? Let's have a go. Unfortunately not. So she hasn't got a single success there. So that's a bit of a downer. Now, normally, I could take, obviously, a deck condition. What I wanted was the divination, which would have cost 1. But I'm not going to gain a deck condition for, you know, something that only costs 1. I don't think it's worth it. We can get the divination later, so we'll just let that slide. Okay, having failed to get divination, what is she going to do now? Well, what she's going to do now is she is going to rest, and that will get her up to 4 health, which is excellent because that's the sort of buffer that you need. 4 health, 4 sanity. it generally means that in the Mythos phase you won't end up going bonkers or getting some horrible injury that puts you out of the game. So it's nice to have her back up on 4 health. Now, unlike previous rounds, we're not going to mess around with clairvoyance this turn, which means we can actually utilise the rest action in another way, which is let's try and get Mandy over to the Dreamlands. So what we've got to do is test will, I believe, and her will is currently 1. So we'll try and give it a go. Probably won't work, but let's see if she can actually get across to the Dreamlands. Come on, Mandy. Single die. A 5. She did it. Some more single die magic from Catweazle there. So she actually has managed to travel to the Dreamlands. So let's pop across to the Dreamlands and see what she's going to do there. And here's the Dreamlands. And because she did it while resting, that means she ends up in the Enchanted Wood. But we have a local path, so she's able to use that, and she is actually going to trot along to Ulthar. So that is where Mandy is at the moment. That is the end of her action phase. Let's pop across just a little bit to Dilathleen and visit Glow. And here we are with Gloria. First thing she's going to do is she's going to travel, so she's going to go on the Uncharted path, and she is also going to go to Ulthar, where she'll meet up with Mandy. So fantastic. Then what she's going to do is she is going to try and rest. And the reason she's going to rest is she wants to try and get rid of her despair condition. Now, when you perform a rest action, you cannot recover sanity. Yeah. So sanity is all she's missing, and she can't get it back. She's at full health, but what we do get to do is flip the card. So let's see what we get. Oh, this looks nice, doesn't it? Madhouse. The Ulthar Madhouse. You fear you may harm yourself in your despair and admit yourself to an asylum. If you are on a city space, we are, it's Ulthar, that's great. Test influence -1. What's her influence? Her influence is 3 - 1, 2. So she gets 2 dice, and she's cursed, so it's 2 cursed dice. So come on. Come on, Gloria. Oh, 4 and a 1. Not good enough. So unfortunately, I don't think she'll be able to get rid of this. If you pass, discard, well, we didn't pass. If you fail, you cannot afford the care. You may gain a debt condition to discard this card. All right. Well, we'll take the debt condition, because surely that's got to be better than losing a sanity every reckoning. So what we'll do is we'll get a debt condition. Hang on, I'll get the deck. Right, so we'll get rid of that, and we'll swap it for a debt condition when I can find the debt conditions deck. Here it is. And quick shuffle. And let's pull one from an agreement. No, a debt. So here we go. We've got a debt condition. We've all seen these before. So hopefully we will not get a reckoning for a while, and we'll have a chance to test influence and get rid of it. So she takes a debt condition, but I think that is much better than a despair condition. So we'll put that onto her player tray. And that reminds me, we have to do something else. We also have a stone tablet, unique asset. Item relic. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the carvings on the tablet. Law -1. If we pass, we can flip the card. Woohoo! Now, she's got a law of 3, I believe, but we have also got Randolph with us. So Randolph will give her a hand. So that is 5 dice, -1. We need 4 dice, and we need a 6. Come on, Gloria. Come on. 6. Ooh, just not good enough. So, unfortunately, our rolling is not as good as the last couple of turns, and she was not able to flip this stone tablet, unfortunately. So we'll put that back on the player tray. And that is it for Gloria. Still not too bad. At least she has got rid of despair. We've got a deck condition instead, but hopefully we'll be able to get rid of it. Righto, so that is it for Glow. Next up, it's Mad Zoe. Let's get over to Rome. And here we are with Zoe in Rome. What is Zoe going to do? Well, first of all, she's going to travel. She's going to travel to Istanbul. Then she is going to spend a train ticket. And that means she can move onward to Space 17 in India. For her second action, she's going to prepare for travel. And she's going to take another train ticket. So she gets the train ticket back. So she's travelled from Rome via Istanbul to Space 17, and she's prepared for travel and took a train ticket. That is it for her action phase, and that is it for the investigator's action phase. Next up, the encounter phase. And here we are at the encounter phase with Tommy in Unknown Kadath. First thing he's got to do is he's got to take this deep one on. So let's have a look at it. So there it is. Nasty looking deep one. Let's flick him over. So we've got to do a will check for horror, and we've got to get at least 2 successes. Now, Sword of St Jerome gives him +2. He's got 3 already, so that'll be 5 dice, and we need at least 2 successes to avoid losing any sanity. He's blessed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's give it a roll. Come on. Whoop, one fell out. He's only got 1 success. Come on. Oh, and he manages to get the second success. So that's brilliant. He's managed to pass the actual horror check. Let's get rid of these. And what's he got to do next? He's got to actually combat it. So let's have a look. So that's a strength test -1. And he needs at least 1 success, but 2 to kill it. Right, so he gets 8 dice. He gets 5 from the sword, 3 that he's got himself. -1 will be 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, 2 successes. Let's have it. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. That is absolutely fantastic. So we have killed the deep one. Woohoo! But he is not going back into the bag, because Zoe is going to use the Bury Them Deep ability that she should have used last time. When a non-epic monster is defeated or discarded, you spend 1 focus, and she's got 1 left, and she's going to put the monster on this card. We're going to bury it deep. So get rid of this focus, discard it, and there we go. So he has managed to kill that deep one, and we've put it on Bury Them Deep. What we're going to do now? Well, because we've killed the monster on the space, that means we can carry on and have another encounter, and we're going to have another world encounter because we want to shut this gate. So let's get the other world deck. Here we are. Quick shuffle. A quick cut. And let's see where he's going. He's going to the future. You find yourself in the near future, imprisoned in a compound with hundreds of plague victims. Resolve the pass effect to stay among the sick and try and help them, or resolve the fail effect to try and sneak out. Well, I think we all agree that Tommy Muldoon, as an officer of the law, is not going to sneak out. He is going to resolve the pass effect. You try to resist in giving in to the disease. That's a will -1. Now, he doesn't get his bonus here for the Sword of St Jerome because that's combat only. So he's only going to get 2 dice. But we'll keep the successes out of here. So we'll keep that 6 and one of these 5s. And he does have a focus. He does have a focus. So, come on, Tommy. Come on, son. He gets a 4, so we didn't need to use the focus. That's brilliant. Let's see what's happened. If you pass, one of the other inmates helps you to return to your own time and prevent this fate. Close this gate. And there's the fail. But we didn't fail because Tommy never fails at anything. Tommy is just amazing. So we have shut this gate. And that is excellent. So Tunguska is shut. That is exactly what we wanted to happen. And we'll discard this gate. Oh, discard it in the... Sorry, on the other board. I don't want to get my gates mixed up. And there we go. We have shut another gate. Tunguska is shut. The Tunguska gate that was on unknown Kadath because of the dream portal. And that is the end of Tommy's turn. What a star he is. Right, next up, it's Mandy. And here we are at Ulthar with Mandy. What is she going to do? What she's going to do is try and solve the mystery. So that is either a -1 strength or a -1 law. Obviously she's going to choose law because we've got the Agent of Secrets, which gains us a die. And that gives her a total law of 6. So we'll get 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we'll get a total of 5 dice because we've got to get rid of 1. Come on, we need a success. Come on, Mandy. And she doesn't get a success. Oh, that's a nightmare. Well, she's got 3 clues, so I think it is worth spending 1. So we are going to spend a clue. And we've got, come on, success. Come on. A 3, no. I'm not spending any more than that clue. We'll discard that. So, unfortunately, Mandy was not able to solve the mystery. So that's a real blow. So damn, that's put us back. That has put us back. This our luck has deserted us somewhat this turn. So that's a bit of a blow. Right, damn it. Okay, so unlucky Mandy. Next up will be, oh, it is Gloria. So we may as well stay here. So Gloria is on Ulthar as well. What is she going to do? Well, she is going to try and actually shut the gate. Now, that will mean that Mandy will have to move next turn if she's going to solve the mystery, because you've got to solve the mystery where a gate is. But, you know, we'll sort something out. It may be that we'll get the Buenos Aires gates on the underworld this turn. So that won't be too far. And we still have the Celophaeus gate that we can get to. So we'll carry on with our plan, and Gloria will try and close Ulthar. So, we need the Otherworld deck again. Unfortunately, she's trying to close it while she's cursed. And the way I've been rolling this particular turn, we may struggle. So, the game is striking back. Right, where are we going to? Lost Carcosa, Lunaria. So, Lunaria will be watching very closely now. You find pages of a play that feature you as a character. Resolve the pass effect to resist saying the lines written on the page, or resolve the fail effect to say your lines as they are written. Well, we're going to do the pass effect, because we don't do anything for Hasta. So, you just take him on at every opportunity. So, let's have a look. You struggle to resist the compulsion to say your lines. Will -1. Well, her will's pretty good, I think. Her will is 3. And we gain +2 from Randolph. So that'll be 5. So we get 4 dice. Unfortunately, she is cursed. Come on, we need to. Come on. You can do it, Flo. Come on. Unfortunately, you couldn't do it. Dang. So we didn't manage it. If you fail, everything you do to resist is exactly as the script described. Lose 2 sanity. Well, fortunately, she does have 7 sanity, so it's just going to put her down to 5. It's a bit of a bummer, but the main thing is, you know, that's 5 sanity is fine. So, yeah. It was... Oh, hang on. We may not be over yet. Hang on, because it's another world encounter. I've just got to check her investigator sheet. She gets an extra die. So we've got to roll one more die. I mean, there's not much chance of me rolling a 6, but let's do it right. Yeah, she gets an extra die for another world encounter. What a downer, she's cursed. Come on. A 3. Down. So, yes, it happened exactly as I said. She does lose 2 sanity, and unfortunately we do not close the gate. So, put this in, and we'll get 1 sanity back. Well, as I say, 5 sanity is not a disaster. So, we should be able to carry on. Okay, so that's a bit of a downer. So, it's going all a bit wrong this turn. But no major damage done as yet. So that is it for Gloria. Gloria and Mandy, Ulthar, rubbish. Let's move on. Yes, we've got Space 17, where we have Zoe over in India. And here we are with Zoe in India. She is going to have a generic encounter, generic city encounter. So let's dig out the deck wherever it is. It's over here. Give it a shuffle. I don't think we've used it yet this game. We'll give it a quick shuffle and a quick cut and put it the right way up. That'll help. City encounter. A friendly game of cards. You're playing cards, Zoe. What's going on? A friendly game of cards ends with a very high stakes hand. Test influence. No! Her influence is 2. Does she get any help? No. Influence is 2 dice, but at least she's not cursed anymore. So 2 dice. Go on, Zoe. A 6. Get in. The roll is back. So let's have a look. If you pass, you amaze everyone watching and find a new friend. Gain 1 random ally asset from the deck. Woohoo! So brilliant. Discard that. Deck, wasn't it? Yeah. So we can't get it from the reserve, it's from the deck. So crap shuffle, and then a cut. And they're not double-sided, so we'll just do it from the top. So, oh, this is an ally. A Mystic Bounty Hunter. Gain +1 strength during combat encounters, always handy, and gain +2 law when resolving spell effects. Cool, so we've got a Mystic Bounty Hunter. So we'll put that on Zoe's player tray. Put that back. Well, at last we got a success. So at least there was that. Even if the Mystic Bounty Hunter isn't exactly brilliant, it'll have to do. Right, that is the end of the encounter phase. We haven't done very well this turn, and we've still got, yes, it's the laugh and chuckle phase. I suppose we'd better get on with it. And here we are. Let's find out the bad news. So we're into the second lot of Mythos cards now, so we could get another rumour, actually. I think it's 3 green, a yellow and a rumour in this next lot of 5. So let's see what we got. Oh, we've got a green. So we've got Omen Trap movement first. At least there is no tentacles on it. So the Omen Trap goes onto the green comet. Woohoo! We got rid of it. So Tunguska Gate has gone, so that's brilliant. Then we get a Monster Surge. Well, we've got no green comet gates, which means we have to generate a gate. We know what it is. It's Buenos Aires, which is a blue constellation. Cannot go to Buenos Aires because we've got the gate to the underworld there, the dream portal to the underworld, so that's where it's going to go. Let me sort that out. So there we go. We've got 3 gates on the Dreamlands now, but we could do with closing that one for the very reason that it's a blue constellation gate. But it needs a monster. So come on, something easy. we get, this doesn't look easy, a Becky. Well, at least it hasn't got a reckoning. Let's put that down there. So there we go, nasty. 2 toughness. Well, it's a normal will test for the horror check, and we only need to get a success to avoid losing any sanity. And it's a normal strength test as well for the combat check, where we need to get 2 successes to avoid anything. But we have text. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, you may lose 1 sanity and move 3 spaces instead of resolving another encounter. Oh, I suppose you force it to fly you somewhere, I suppose. So, a Becky. Not too bad. I think we can take it on. I mean, yeah, meat and drink that to somebody like Tommy, but I think even Mandy or somebody could deal with that. So that is on the underworld. Get rid of that. Put it over there. Okay, so we've done that part. And what's this? Oh, hold on. Get rid of all the deck conditions and everything. Put them back in there. Right, so clues. So we get 2 clues. Let me get the clue bag, which is also over here. So 2 clues. Where's the first one going? He's going to space 20, which is round here somewhere. There we go. And we get another one, which is going to, whoop. Ooh. It's a name. Where are we going? Unknown Kadath. So up there with Tommy. Right, so we've done those. Discard that. Let's read it. Your experiences have made you more gullible rather than wiser. The terrible responsibilities you have taken upon yourself have made you more vulnerable rather than stronger. Brilliant. Led astray. Each investigator with at least 1 task asset loses 3 sanity and discards a task asset. Oh, Zoe. Zoe's got one, hasn't she? Bury them deep. Has anybody else got one? Oh, Mandy's got one as well. Know thy enemy. And we have 2 bloody Eldritch tokens on it. What else? Tasks. No, so these are the 2 we lose. Know thy enemy, and bury them deep. Oh, that's a bad one. We were doing pretty well with those as well. So those get discarded. And we lose sanity as well, don't we? Which is bad news. We each lose 3 sanity. It's each investigator, isn't it? Yeah. So that's Mandy down to 4 sanity, and the same for Zoe. So they both lose 3 sanity each. Oh, bad. Well, it could have been worse, I suppose, but could have been a lot worse, really. But it's just a bit disappointing. You know, we were getting on with those task assets and it looked like they'd pay off for us, but unfortunately we've lost them. So let's get rid of that. And all in all, it's good to have a normal Eldritch horror turn, isn't it? That is much more like how the game normally pans out. So yes, we didn't get a lot done in this particular turn. We did manage to close 1 gate, the Tunguska gate, so that's good. So we've still got the Doom track on 9. We've got another gate though in its stead, which has gone to the Underworld. We've got a Becky come on the board. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get anywhere with the mystery because Mandy failed on it, and also poor old Gloria, though to be fair, she is cursed. She wasn't able to close the Ulthar gate either. So we've got 3 gates on the board at the Underworld, at Ulthar, and at Ceranarian. So, oh, we did kill the deep one though. We've lost a couple of task assets. We've lost some sanity, and yeah, pretty grim. Zoe, she was doing pretty well until she lost that sanity in the task asset right at the end. But yes, we didn't get a lot done this turn, so back to normal, I'm afraid. We will have to get a move on next turn. We really have to crack on and do this mystery. The longer that we take to complete mysteries, the more chance the game has to kick us in the nuts. So that's why we've really got to get a move on. So hopefully, I mean, that is the silver lining really. By not closing the Ulthar gate, it does mean that Mandy can have another go. And perhaps we can send somebody down to Buenos Aires. I don't know if Tommy can get there. Not Buenos Aires, obviously it's the Buenos Aires gate on the Underworld. If he could get to the Underworld, that'd be good, but I don't think he can. It's a bit out of the way. So that's a bit of a downer as well. Could send Glow down there, but she's cursed, unfortunately. We'll have to see. Things are not looking as rosy now. That was a pretty bad turn, all told. Okay, anyway, enough of that. That is the end of turn 5. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions, for all the views, and for all the likes. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody who has gone to Board Game Links to upvote the site. Very much appreciated. And to everybody on BGG who either makes comments or thumbs the videos on there. Thank you very much. As always, if I've made an error or a boo-boo somewhere or forgotten something, please let me know, and I will do my best to try and fix it. And that is it, as I say, for turn 5. I hope you join us for turn 6, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.